Hey guys, welcome to my thoughts. That's a little series here I do on my YouTube channel. Not so much for a wide audience, because I don't have a wide audience, but mainly for when I'm no longer on this earth and my grandchildren and great-grandchildren can come and look and see, oh, that's a relative of ours. Let's see what he has, you know, and maybe something long lost they'll discover, and maybe their parents held on to some of my stuff and they can watch it or read it or listen to it. So, what are my thoughts on today? My thoughts on today are Robotech. I'm a big fan of Robotech. Been one since the 80s. Now, when it came out, I wasn't a little kid, like 8, 7. I was a teenager, but I liked it. I thought it was very entertaining, and it was smart. And what I mean by smart is it wasn't just dumb, fun, basic, you know, good guy, bad guy, go, let's go get Cobra Commander, let's go get Megatron. It was deep, you know. It seemed politics, even though, you know, political. You have two different species vying for the, you know, we got to get our hands on that ship. Well, it's our ship. We got to defend it. So it was different. It wasn't a mouse being chased by a dog. So it was different. Now, I didn't realize at the time. There's a lot of fighting now going on. At least I've noticed since the, you know, the days of the internet. You got the Macross or Macross. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll probably pronounce it different ways, but it's okay because no one's watching. Macross or Macross, however you pronounce it, is the original. And then you have the Mosquito Climber. I can't. It's up there, just jumbled. The Mosquito, and then you had the Southern Cross. I think it was a Southern Cross. Anyway, 3 different shows that Carl Macek got his hands on, brought him here, totally changed everything, and made it one giant series. Now, the first part of Robotech does kind of match what was going on in Super Fortress, but Super Dimensional Fortress. Now, I'm not an expert on the Macross stuff, so people can get upset with me later. I do recall, though, it's similar. They're similar stories. It was the other part, you know, the new generation and the Dana episodes. I'm just losing my train of thought here, or not losing my train of thought. My thoughts there. I'm forgetting the name of these shows. But anyway, those were totally different. If you watch the Japanese versions of those, you're like, okay, this has nothing to do with protoculture or anything like that. So you're like, okay, this is different. But people argue over that. Oh, it's just, they stole it. Oh, it's just ripoff. Bob, it's not as good. I'm not here to say if Robotech is better than Macross or if Macross is better than Robotech. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here as a 50-year-old man who's remembering his days as a 13-year-old kid and how much he enjoyed Robotech. And I loved it, and I didn't know any better. And now that I'm older and I realize, okay, it does come from a different series, it doesn't take away the fact that I still love Robotech. And I'll defend it because it's all I knew then. And times were different then, so I can't say, you know, oh, yeah, shame on them, shame on them. Now, Harmony Gold, totally different subject for a totally different time, because that's a different beast altogether. But Robotech was awesome. I still have, I mean, I own it. I bought the ADV ones. They came, I ordered them from Funkoland, GameStop, not Funkoland. I'm going too far back. I got them from GameStop back in the day, and they came in, they were separate boxes, 1, 2, and then an extras, and then, you know, 3 and 4, and then an extra. And they were from ADV. I have those still. The boxes have totally died on me. But I still have I still have the movies and everything, so they're there. And then I also have the one from A&E. I didn't have access to those, and I was desperate, so I bought the ADV, and then years later, those came back to me, because I had my stuff stored somewhere, and they came back to me later. So now I have 2 sets of them. I could argue which set I like better. Do I like the ADV versions with the changes or the so it's you know, I kind of like the sound effects from the ADVs, but I don't know. I'm just a weird old dude who likes both and can watch them both. But I did see Robotech originally when it aired on TV in Georgia, and I thought it was an amazing show. People died, the planes. It was huge. It was huge. It was like Dallas for children. It was a big deal. At least it was for me and my friends. So I liked Robotech. Now, I didn't see the Sentinels till I got older. I saw the Sentinels on a friend of mine I used to play D&D with, had a copy on VHS. So I didn't see the Sentinels until I was already an adult. And you got to remember, back in the day, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have access to stuff. So that's why people like me, maybe some of the kids in the big cities, who had, lived in California or New York, maybe they knew, maybe there were places they could go and they knew about the differences, but I didn't. I was totally, did not know about any other versions of Robotech except for what I saw. I did see a VHS copy of Robotech the movie, but I'm not going to talk about the Robotech the movie because it's never been released. It's not official. I mean, it's official. They made it, but no one's, it's only, I think it was in a theater one time for one showing. I'm not an expert. Like I said, I'm not a Robotech expert. I bought it. I saw it. I liked it. I got older. I bought it. I still watch it. I try to watch it at least once a year. But I have seen the movie once. Liked the music in it, but I wasn't a big fan of the movie. I liked the Sentinels. I know it was original, and I know a deal with Matchbox falling apart is what killed it and why we never got it, but that's neither here nor there. I've seen, I saw the Sentinels long before DVD was a format, but I was old enough to drive a car, so that's when I saw the Sentinels. Now, the newer one that came out that was actually a sequel to the new generation with Scott and all that, Shadow, I can't remember the name of it. There'll be a picture up here and you'll see it. I loved it. I thought it was great. I know a lot of Robotech fans didn't. I thought it was good because at least we saw Rick for a moment, and it was the closest thing we're ever going to get, because I don't think we're ever going to get anything Robotech, which I don't blame them. I don't think there's an audience for it anymore. I mean, people my age would like it, but you don't want to cater to just a small amount of people. You want to sell it to a wider audience, which is why I think the Robotech live action movie ain't ever going to happen. Because why are you going to spend millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars on a movie that a younger generation is going to be like, it's not my thing, and the older generation is going to be like, it's too late, I don't want to go see it. I'll buy it on DVD or I'll wait for it to stream. You're not going to make any money. So I'm probably wrong here, but I don't think Robotech's ever going to get a movie. I don't think it's ever going to get a live action movie. But that's just me. That's just me. But anyway, the Shadow Chronicles. That's the name of it. This old brain kicks in. Not at the time I need it, but it does kick in. I thought it was good. I liked it. It wasn't the best. I wish it hadn't been all that computer animated stuff, but it was still, I thought it was a decent story. And like I said, for someone grasping at nostalgia, it was just the closest thing I was going to get. Now I have seen, because I got the set, the Live, whatever it is. That one, I don't really like that either. Because it's just scenes or something. I don't know. I want to see the other one. And now that there's licensing has changed, I'm hoping this Macross stuff will come here and I can start watching it myself. I'd like to see it. I did see one Macross. It was an OVA. I can't remember the name of it. I know it was like 3 parts. I remember there's a restaurant inside the ship, and the ship's in robot form in a lake. And there's, I don't remember the name. There was Macross Plus. I think it was Macross Plus. But, if somebody ever watches this, which I don't think anybody ever will, but if somebody watches it, you can correct me in the comments and let me know what it was. But I did see that, but it was referenced when I was watching it in my brain, and the way the person who got me the VHS said, oh, look, this is a sequel to Robotech. So this was even still before the internet, and they thought this was a sequel because it had the ship, and so, but it wasn't. It was Macross, not Robotech. So Robotech's got a, nowadays it seems like a bad word, Either people are bitching because there's no live action, or they're, freak. I don't even know. Or they're fighting over how it's a ripoff and it's not as good. But like I said, if you just put yourself in the frame of mind of a 13-year-old, 10-year-old, 9-year-old boy or girl back in the 80s, you'd understand why it means so much to us. Now, I know some Robotech fans have blossomed out and aren't as simple-minded as me and love Macross. But then again, like I said, I haven't seen a lot of it because of licensing. And I don't, I haven't gone out of my way to try to find any bootlegs of anything of Macross. And there's so much out there, I wouldn't even know where to start because I'm not an expert. So I know there are Robotech fans who have left the flock because they've seen the light. But I still haven't seen the light. I want them to bring all that stuff over here. Going back to even the 80s. I want to see the whole Macross saga. I want to see all of it. And when that comes, then maybe I can say, okay, yeah, this is way better than Robotech. But I'm always going to love Robotech. I'm just always going to love it. So with that being said, I'm glad you stuck around long enough to watch. If you're a subscriber or a stranger who just happens across it, thank you. If you're a family member, you should probably, in the future, you should probably go brush your teeth and get ready for bed or go do your homework or something. But I appreciate you listening to this old man ramble about how much he loves Robotech and, what it means to me. It just brings back an enjoyable part of my youth. I miss that. I miss the simple times. Like I said before, you get on the internet and all you want to do is weep. It's such a sad thing to, oh my God, what's going on in the world? I'm going to go watch Robotech. So, thanks for listening. Hope you're a Robotech fan too. And if you are, more power to you. If you hate Robotech, still, more power to you. You like Macross better? I'm fine with that. Like I said, I want to see it. But up until now, I just, only seen Macross Plus. And I liked it. That's all I've seen. So, with that being said, thanks for listening. And I will be doing another one of these at some point. I just haven't decided what I want to talk about because there's so much out there to talk about. Plenty of stuff from my past. So, I don't know. Could be something good. Could be something terrible. But it's my channel. And I'm mainly doing this for family and preservation of who I am. But if you came across me, subscribe. I'm full of surprises and I got a lot of stuff to say. So, hey, I'll see you next time. Oh, and by the way, B-Movie TV, only on the Roku. Greatest channel ever. See ya.